This is going to record. Okay. Thank you.
For our one, start.
Take 3.
This is now the wedding speech already. Last week, but nothing stops me, you know, I'm going to go on regardless. Last week, Karen rang me and said, Mummy, would you say a few words at Eitan's bar mitzvah? Well, I was stunned. Karen, few words is not a concept with which I am familiar. However, I am delighted to speak about one of my favourite people, Mr. Eitan. Incidentally, from time to time, people ask me why I call you Mr. Eitan, and this would be a good opportunity to explain it. But quite frankly, I don't have the faintest idea. It's just something I do. Now, many of you will already know that there are few occasions more special for grandparents than attending the bar or bat mitzvah of your grandchildren. And this was brought home to us a few years ago when we flew to Israel for the bar mitzvah of our other grandson. We were, of course, very excited. We rushed off to the only Jewish bookshop in Sydney, where the lady who owned it recognized us. And as we went in, she said, "Oh, Mazel Tov, such nachas, how wonderful." And you know, you're very lucky because a lot of people don't live to see their grandsons bar mitzvah. It truly happened, and we crossed the roads very carefully for the next week. But thank God we made it to that one. We've now made it to this one, and various wonderful bat mitzvahs in between. And we hope very much to please God make it to more in the future. Please God. Mr. Eitan, we were lucky enough to be in Israel when you made your first entrance. And I have to say that from the very first minute, your personality started to shine through. I'm sure that your eyes were shining and bright, and you still had that very cheeky grin from the moment you arrived, although you'd come quite a long way to get there. Now, I personally have benefited so much from your electronic expertise over the years. You have taken me through my struggle with the digital camera, the Apple iPod Touch, the laptop, and now the iPad. And whilst I have to say, Eitan, your instructions have been much appreciated, the rolling of the eyes, not quite. I was fortunate enough to visit Leigh Gilbert's during their brief sojourn in the land of Teaneck, New Jersey. It was a most amazing time. We had some unforgettable experiences, and I would just tell you about one or two of them, fortunately. Now, many of you, like David and I, have enjoyed many parades throughout all over the world. But being with Karen, Avram, Maya, Sophie, sitting on 5th Avenue just by Central Park, watching Leora and Eitan as they marched in the Israel Day Parade was something unforgettable and very emotional. I said Maya. I'm sorry, did I not say Maya? I'm sorry, Maya. Sitting with Maya.
No. Maya was walking.
Sorry.
It was very memorable.
David, take me home. Anyway, it was at that time a very emotional experience. It's now been completely tainted and ruined. However, another one was when we went to their schools to meet their friends and their teachers, and word had got round that they were shortly leaving to return home to Israel. And it was quite incredible how terribly, terribly upset not only their friends but also their teachers were. And I know for a fact that some of your friends have already been out here to visit with you. I was very proud of all of you, especially Maya. Now, at this point, Mr. Eitan, I should say to you something religious and meaningful, but this, of course, is not my style. So instead, I'm going to try and entertain you with a little true happening from a couple of weeks ago, and I think with your sense of humour you will appreciate it. I was sitting of an afternoon doing what I usually do, which was sharing Grandpa's money between Amazon, Groupon and various shopping channels on the telly, when the phone rang. And when I answered it, a lady whose voice I didn't recognise asked me for a name I didn't recognise. And I said, "I'm sorry, I think you've got the wrong number." So she told me the number she wanted, and actually she wasn't very far out. She had all the right digits, but just in slightly the wrong order. Anyway, we talked about the new parking layout at Brent Cross, and then she said, I'm so sorry to have troubled you. And I said, it was no trouble, I had to get up to answer the phone anyway. Now, after about 10 minutes, the phone rang again, and it was the same lady, and she said, I just got it, that was really funny. Anyway, I now have a new friend, and I don't have that many, so this was good. Now this being, I was just going to say actually, Mr. Eitan, this being your special day, I was going to talk about the way you directed me right through the pedestrian precinct coming home from your twice-weekly class. But I won't talk about that because you don't come out of it all that well.
You won.
Yeah. Basically, it was Eitan instructing me in the car over somewhere he goes twice a week. And at the end, when I thought Renana residents had got a lot more friendly than they used to. Wherever I went, they were waving like mad. And when I got out and found I was on a very pretty piece of pavement with the car, I said, Eitan, you do this twice a week, really? And he said, Grandma, I walk. But anyway, I'm not going to spoil your day by mentioning that. Now, Mr. Eitan, it is no surprise to any of us that you and your sisters are very, very special, because you are indeed the products of two very special people. And they indeed are the products of the God bless you, Eitan. You will love tomorrow, enjoy every moment of it. We are very proud of you now, we always will be. Love you lots.